What's up, guys? It's me here, Zero, and yeah, this is a new video project for Mondays, and totally not a cop out. It's not a cop out at all for how to kill a character. This is for, like I said, Red Anti-Hero Gaming, where we're gonna be discussing more thorough about my thoughts towards gaming and just gaming stuff in general. That's basically it. And this is something I did. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I recorded this, and I decided to just, make my final thoughts on this heard, because the last video I did about Zelda was basically my beef with Twilight Princess HD, because like I said in that video, it was basically nothing, and it's basically just a HD re-release. And unlike the Wind Waker HD remake, which changed stuff from the core game and whatnot, that addressed issues from and problems from the original game and fixed upon it. Twilight Princess HD only didn't do that. They only did it in the Tears of Light. There's 4 less, so instead of 16 you get 12, so big jumping number there. It's still the same game, and one new dungeon, woo, and a bigger wallet, again, woo. It's not that many changes. Compare that to a game like Hyrule Warriors Legends, which with the original Hyrule Warriors already be a content-filled game, both the core game, the free update, and the DLC maps. And you add to that with the inclusion of Winkle and the Wind Waker characters, and even more DLC down the line. It's just, you get more there, because they end up adding more stuff in that version too, like the ability to switch characters at will. You can command your characters now, and I haven't gotten to my favorite part of the game yet, but I obviously have the game on 3DS now. I said that I was gonna get it, and it was warranted a repurchase, because even though I was upset most of the content is coming to Wii U, stuff like the season pass, but another thing they added was, since there's no co-op, they decided to do they did this boost system where if a whole bunch of your playable characters are out of the boss, you get certain boosts. It's your magic, it instantly recovers, instantly fills up, and the damage gauge is takes less time to do it, and you do more damage with your weakness attack. And those were warranted changes, added to something that already was on it. And like I said, this I haven't been Zelda. I had on and off relationship with Zelda these past 2 years, because 2014 started 2013 and 2014 started off so well, because 2013 was the year I first bought the Wii U. I bought the Wind Waker bundle, and I enjoyed the Wind Waker HD, even though I had finished it, because I'm basically at the second half of the game, and now I just got done doing the Tower of the Gods, and I keep getting these Earth Temple flashbacks. You know how fucking annoying that temple was if you played the original Wind Waker. And then we got the year afterwards, we got Hyrule Warriors, and my god, that's to this day is my favorite console Zelda game, because of how much fan service it is. And I'm the one who didn't like Sonic Generation because it was a fan service game, but this game threw everything in such a way that Zelda fans will really enjoy this. With Lana humming the overworld theme when she used the Gates of Time, Sheik playing her theme on the harp, Midna humming her theme and like when she shows up, and Impa striking like a bunch of clocks when she comes out in her entrance. It's like the little things, and I really appreciate the finer details. And then that exact same, like the next year, I believe 2015, we ended up getting Hyrule War. I mean, not Hyrule Wars, Triforce fucking Heroes, and oh my god, that game. I've already expressed my thoughts about that, but if I wasn't clear enough, I'm like, we wanted a Four Swords adventure. We want another Four Swords. Basically that. And Nintendo heard, like, we heard he wanted a multiplayer Zelda game. Here you go. And I'm like, I can forgive the whole nonsensical plot. I don't care about it. Four Swords didn't have that much great of a plot, and the other spin-off Zelda games did not have that great of a plot, and I can forgive all of that. But it's the core thing with them being shifting it to like the 3 and whatnot. I'm like, okay, this is where I find a problem with it. Like, you could have just gave us a Four Swords game, but you said, nah, three's good enough, because I guess 3DS and whatnot, that they were being cute with that shit, but no, it was just, and the whole, that was basically one of those games where you're better off playing with actual people instead of people you find online, and you know, you can actually, it restricted you on certain features if you didn't play locally. So there was always certain things you get locally compared to like if you played online with friends, and that was another turn off point for some people, like myself included. So because I'm like, I don't even think I have like any friends, like diehard Zelda fans like myself, who would just play that game. And not, like I said, like afterwards we got the announcement of it's already been leaked. It was leaked before, and then Nintendo confirmed it a while back, like the same year that Twilight Princess was getting an HD remake, and we're all like, oh, it's gonna be like Wind Waker HD? Like, it was gonna be like that? And it's like, no. They end up outsourcing it to like a Western company, and we got the results there. But the real kicker for me though, and the reason I made this video, was that I don't even know where this year marks Zelda's 30th anniversary, okay? And all we have to show for it is two remakes. One's a complete HD re-release, with a couple new features, and another one was a 3DS Wii U to 3DS port of Hyrule Warriors, and with just loads of new content and whatnot. It was basically made like a entirely new game in itself, like a hand version. And the thing that was gonna set off this year, the main thing that was gonna make it all worthwhile, is delayed until the next year, because we need to release it with our new console. And that right there was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me, in terms of not only Zelda but Nintendo as a whole, because I bought the Wii U in 2013, and because I had so much. I remember my first time holding the gamepad, like back in 2012. Back in 2012, when it was first released, and when GameStop had it in their because this is where I was going to like community college in Oakland, Oakland Community College. There's literally like a GameStop like a little bit by the campus, well, by the school, and I would go in there and I played it. I played on and the first game I ended up playing was Rayman Legends. and it basically I got a feel for the gamepad, feel for the touch control. I was like, okay, I'm liking this. I'm like, because I thought my thing was I thought the gamepad was gonna be like heavy or whatnot, but it wasn't. It was just light. I'm like, okay, this is surprisingly light. I'm liking this, and then 2013 hit, and I'm like, because I already had like a couple. I was on the fence about it because I was like, I'm not getting this game. I'm not getting the system unless there's like at least 4 games out for it, and the 4 games at the time were Rayman, Nintendo, because Nintendo Land came with the Wii U, so that was off. And I was like, okay, I need 3 more games, and I was like, I'm not getting New Super Mario Bros. U because I don't like the New Super Mario Bros. Series anymore. Like the first one I like, but the sequels I cannot stand because they're just copy and paste of the same game, literally. And I'm not mean that to be hateful and spiteful or whatnot, but it's literally the same goddamn game. But I was looking up my Project 100. I think it was P100 or 101. It was that, and it was Project 100. Then it became the One for 101, and I was like, I'm interested in that. And it's like had a Pikmin like feel to it because how you were controlling other people and that. And Pikmin 3, that was obvious because we had the first 2 Pikmin. Either I haven't finished the first game because that's dumbass time limit, and 2 because I don't know. I don't know why I didn't beat 2. Just I know 2 didn't have a time limit. Just I guess time management skills. I guess that you could say that. But on Tekken Tag 2, like that was another one, and like Smash Bros. Was obviously gonna be on there, and then they also announced like Shin Megami Tensei as Fire Emblem. Like at the time, it was like the teaser trailer for it. And they was like, oh, we're doing this, and then before it became like Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which I'll touch upon that like another time. But I was really excited for the Wii U, and when I got it, I basically got the games I wanted, except Wind Waker HD. I saw this as because it's me. I know how most of this works. Because I was like, okay, they also announced like Wind Waker HD like I think the year before or either the same year, I don't know, but talked about it and I was like, okay, all right, because I think they did a tech demo of an HD Twilight Princess like early on in like the Wii U like showcase trailer or whatnot, and they end up making the Wind Waker HD from the ground up, and I'm like, okay, this is good. They're getting this like something to get them to help them program like the next game, like to get them familiar with work with the Wii U since they did like Zelda, like they did Wind Waker. It's like, okay, I could get that, and like I said, then we got Hyrule Warriors, and I'm like, okay. Except that wasn't about Nintendo, that was about Koei Tecmo. But like used like certain you can obviously tell like it used assets from like the Wii games and whatnot. Like it's Skyward Sword specifically. Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, they were like glaringly obvious. And I guess Ocarina of Time too, but I don't know how they got the assets from that. And then we got Twilight Princess HD, and I was like, why? Because they showed us Zelda. They showed us the new Zelda game for Wii U in 2015, and they were just like, "Yeah, no, it's got delayed." And I'm like, "Why? You showed us the engine and whatnot used." And then like later that same year, like, or was it like they literally said like, "Yeah, it got delayed, but they showed a trailer for it, like that showed like brief glimpses of gameplay, like the horseback riding, and you slowing down like when you jump from an opponent and shooting arrows down, and we don't even get that now. Now we just we're at that point where like you'll get the game when the next system comes out, and like Neo said, like this was a stupid move because the point being that if you would have went the Twilight Princess route, which everybody, myself included, thought you were gonna do, because I knew that this was gonna come to the NX. I was like, this is getting an NX port, because I told my best friend Rodney about that, and he's as big a Nintendo fan as I am, and I told him like, this is gonna get an NX port, and I'm like, just wait for it. Nintendo's gonna, from how long this game took to develop, I'm like, this is getting an export, and I also said like Star Fox was maybe getting an export, and lo and behold, we got the export announcement, and then they decided not to release them simultaneously. I'm like, if you release this, like at least for the Wii U, it would have been like the Wii U swan song, because right now it's into production this year. It's supposed to be indie production this year, and Nintendo's saying like what the president said, how the NX isn't gonna replace it or the 3DS, and I'm like, you literally just said it's into production like as soon as the NX comes out, and the game's coming out for the Wii U this year is just abysmal. It's really, really lacking, and there's nothing to really be excited for besides Tokyo Mirage, but that's only like a very niche market. Like compare that to like games like Mario, Sonic, and Paper Mario Color Splash, and yeah, it's not looking very, very high, you know, compared to like the PS4, which is getting games like Persona 5, Final Fantasy 15, and whenever the hell Horizon The Last Dawn supposed to come out. And this just, like I said, Zelda Wii U would have been like the perfect swan song for the Wii U. Like how Skyward Sword was for the Wii. It ended the Wii's life cycle. And Nintendo blew this opportunity with them delaying the game, and again, like Neo said, they missed the opportunity, because if they were released it for the Wii U, okay, people who haven't bought the Wii U, they would just wait and wait for like the NX. If they haven't bought the Wii U, they would just wait for the NX version, because obviously the NX version is gonna be like the superior version. Like you could have the Wii U version out for people who don't want to make that move yet, but have the NX version ready for the people who's like committed to the move, who's already like decided that they're gonna get an NX, and just go from there. Like, oh, the NX version has this. Do like comparisons. Be like, oh, the Wii U version has this, but the NX version has this, and no, they didn't do that. And I'm like, you think, like me, I'm buying the Wii U version just out of personal spite than anything. Because I'm like, this made no goddamn sense. It made no sense to delay the Wii U version, hold it hostage, when only because you want the NX to like sell well and have a strong launch. And I'm like, that's your own damn fault for that. Like, no one else can fault you for that except yourself, because you know what your problems are. You just refuse to address them, and it's getting really tiring trying to defend you guys when you're in your little bubble thinking nothing can harm you and you're not doing anything wrong, when it's glaringly obvious that you're doing things wrong and you need to adapt to change the criticism and listen to fan feedback. And like I was posting on Facebook, I must live in a parallel universe, because for some reason Capcom is listening to fan input. Capcom fucking apologized for Street Fighter V about catering to the core audience and the competitive crowd compared to the casuals, and the lack of modes and whatnot. And Nintendo, being Nintendo, they just like believe if this is what you want, we'll give you what you want, but don't complain when it's not the way you want it. And I made this very clear with how I felt about Star Fox Zero, because I'm like, this game is gonna be nostalgia bait. Because immediately when they said this game's gonna be like Star Fox 64, and they literally pulled the story from Star Fox 64 and the stages from Star Fox 64, I'm like, watch. Just watch. People, like, I was like, I'm gonna wait for people to take the nostalgia glasses off and see this game for what it is. And this was literally that situation where Nintendo was like, we gave you what you wanted, and obviously you didn't like it. We're not gonna do it anymore. We're probably not gonna do it anymore because it didn't earn us a lot of money, because Star Fox sells well in the West than it does in Japan, because that's Nintendo weird like that. Like, I know Star Fox and Metroid and Zelda sells well in the West and not well in Japan, and they basically gave us the equivalent of a Star Fox 64 HD, and I'm like, you guys only have yourself to blame for this, because you guys wanted this. Nintendo gave you what you wanted, and it's exactly the way you remembered it. Just new control scheme. That's about it. New control scheme, 2 new vehicles, same thing, same story. And I'm like, and people ate that up. And this was the kicker though. Going to reviews and just everyone saying it's not a bad, it's a good game. It's not great. It's good. It's acceptable. And I'm like, yes, it's acceptable. I'm like, that's like the criteria for a game, to be acceptable. I'm like, but this Star Fox, this is a game y'all was craving for. You wouldn't stop saying like, we want Star Fox 64, we want a game like Star Fox 64. You got it, and this is what happens. And like I said, I personally, I like the Star Fox Assault. Star Fox Assault will be my personal favorite Star Fox game. I don't care what people say about that, because of the different things that it's a series. You could fight on land, you could fight on land masters, you could fight in the R-Wings. It was different things you could do, and I'm like, it's different gameplay variations compared to that, to constantly being in the R-Wing or in the land master or wherever hell the fucking chicken walker was, and the stealth thingy. Those are the only 2 innovations in Star Fox Zero, and that didn't take it far. But like I said, this was Zelda, and they have the nerve to say E3 is gonna be focused on Zelda U. Well, just Zelda. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm like, our whole E3 is gonna be based on Zelda and nothing else. I'm like, there has to be something else. Like, it can't just be Zelda. Like, me and everybody else is in denial with that. I'm like, and you'll see it all over YouTube. Like, everybody was in denial after that. Like, Nintendo's not doing Digital Direct this year, and they're only focusing on Zelda. And I'm like, and I can't be excited for this. Like, no matter how much I want to be excited for hearing Zelda Wii U, it's not even Zelda Wii U anymore, because it's coming out to the NX. I'm like, it's just a name, and we don't even have a name to call it. And I can't be excited for that because of the fact, this is all fine and dandy, but I'm not getting the game this year, so why the fuck should I care? And then, not only that, but you said the game's coming out sometime in 2007. You retract the whole March thing and said it's coming out sometime in 2007. So, again, why the fuck should I care about a game that I don't even know is coming out? And not only that, but I feel like I gypped on because, like, you know, I haven't felt this gypped since Rayman Legends got ported, because that was supposed to be a Wii U exclusive, and then like Ubisoft ported it to like the other systems. But said you could get the best experience is still on the Wii U. I'm like, it's a little too late for that, and like the damage was done. You did what you did, and that was one of the many things that burned my trust with Ubisoft. With Nintendo here, I'm just like, I'm literally debating like if I should even watch the conference, because I'm like, I don't really care about what happens, because one, I want to go to the game not knowing anything, because I've been doing that a lot lately, just not reading up on like games I'm interested in or hyped in and whatnot. The lone exception would be like Persona 5, because that was just that was just brewing information. But the basic like whatnot, like your party members, the story, the gameplay, but that's about it. I wasn't looking to like everything else into it, because they basically said how the prologue started, and I didn't even touch that. So because I want to be surprised, you know, I want to experience it. I still have that in me. I don't want to be spoiled by everything on the internet. And two is that I could have took anything, you know, anything. Just besides his announcement. You know how this is one fine example, and I'll probably end the video after this, but this is one prime example of a show don't tell, where you just show us and just don't tell us anything else. You know, when, and I remember this finally. Remember that when that Zelda poster with Link. I'm probably gonna put it in the video here. But remember that poster of Link that Miyamoto made that had him. It had him, his shield, and basically this crystal, this lady, and we were like, and this is good. He announced it like, this is gonna be the new Zelda game. This is the new Zelda game, and we all went nuts for that, and everybody was just like making fan theories, like, who's that? Like, that's in front of Link, and then Miyamoto even teased in the same thing, like look at Link's hand, like it's his sword missing, and we're all like, oh my god, this is the story of the Master Sword, this is the story of the Master Sword's creation, and lo and behold, we got Skyward Sword, and oh my god, you can't fake like emotions like that, because and moments like that, you can try to replicate them, but you just don't get that same feel. And this is something I believe like Zelda, this new Zelda should just took it in stride, you know, should just gave us, because they did it back in 2015. They did it with the whole trailer with the Sheikah technology, I guess, because I guess the Sheikah is gonna play a major role in it, because of how, like, that's literally the symbol and what, not only his clothes and one of his things in the trailer. I think it's like on a book he had, and yeah, this is, I really would have appreciated like a show don't tell approach for this, because I don't really, there is such a thing as information overload, where you're too informed about something to the point where like everything has been like revealed for you, and there's nothing for you to find for yourself. You've basically been told all the features of the game, like the Smash Direct for like in November, that basically told you all what was happening, the 51 things you should know about it. And it basically went through everything in the entire goddamn game. And granted, the 3DS version was already out, but we didn't know much of how like it would the Wii U version was different from the 3DS version, so that's why they made the direct. Here, what can they do? We like compared the two versions because they're not going to talk about the NX, and like I said, this is going to be one of those scenarios where they already have a game that's perfectly ready to be released, but they don't release it. And I know how Miyamoto feels about how about delaying the game. A delayed game will eventually become a good game, but a bad game will always be a bad game. But look at Star Fox Zero, that was delayed, and look what happened there. Just game mediocre. And I know Zelda's not gonna go that same route because it's fucking Zelda. It's 3D Zelda, and I know people bitch about 3D Zelda as of late, but it's Zelda. It sells a lot. It's a major. There hasn't been like a bad main Zelda game in the franchise yet. Like people are like on the fence about certain games, but that's about it. And the spin-off games, like some people like up in arms about that, and the classic series. But yeah, I'm just hopefully Anuma puts just does what he does best and just stop Miyamoto for trying to add a gimmick in here, because Miyamoto lives in pretty hard to video about Miyamoto, and I'll probably do my own video about him, but yeah, he's doing more harm than good at this point, so hoping Numa numbs him out, like at least keeps him in check this for whenever the Zelda game came out. And that's it for me, guys, and thank you guys for watching this video, if you have watched it, but whatever, thank you for making it through. And like I said, I really want Zelda to go places. It's a franchise that I love and hold dear, but I'm not afraid to criticize it or for its faults and whatnot, and the direction it's heading, because I'm not liking the direction it's heading, as seen by the remake and the port. So yeah, I didn't appreciate that at all. Especially considering how much I love Twilight Princess. That was really a low blow for me. But done here. Keep it classy, and this has been the first episode of Game Discussion. Answer it in the comments, like how you feel about this, thoughts and whatnot. And I can't even say my social media is on my channel banner anymore, because it's on my main channel, which you should totally check out whenever you get the chance. Just check it out. Done here. Oh, and by the way, happy 30th birthday, Zelda, because oh boy, Nintendo is celebrating birthdays like Capcom Logic. We'll probably get memes of Link being just like having the Master Sword and be like, "This is how you ruin my birthday." Because, man, says a lot when Kamui Checkmo does a better job at celebrating Link's birthday than your own company. Eggman don't get to say that. Well, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did, because we got that awesome Mega Man Sonic crossover comic. There you even. So sue me.